Hello and welcome back to Crafts and Critters with your host Christine. Today we're going to make this cute little Valentine's Day tree. So stay tuned and I'll show you what I did to make this. I'm going to tilt it so you can see. There we go. Ain't that pretty? Alright, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like, comment. Thanks. Alright, so here's what we're going to do to get started on this craft that we're doing, which I've kind of already started here. This is a cone from the Dollar Tree, and also from the Dollar Tree I have some white acrylic paint and some red acrylic paint. I have mixed the two to get to kind of like a hot pink color. Let me set those aside here. And I've already kind of started painting because I wanted to make sure it was going to coat very well. So we're going to continue painting this, which I'm actually was kind of impressed with the Dollar Tree paints. This is my first time using them, and I must say they actually cover pretty well. So they are thick, but not overly thick. And it's not taken too long to cover this. So that's what we're gonna finish up covering this. I did not paint the bottom. For the bottom though, I am going to add some felt to the bottom of it after this dries. So and the felt will just be so the bottom doesn't kind of scratch anything. Alright, I do want to paint the very top, so we're just going to, which is hard because I don't want to grab anywhere. It's all wet. I'll grab a little at the bottom. There we go. Alright, so we're going to paint the top. Now the reason for painting this is as I go, if there is any that shows on the cone, I'd rather have this show up as pink as opposed to show up as the white of the cone. This spot's dry already, and you can see it covers you very well in this one coat. And yeah, so that's what we're going to go with. So I'm going to let this dry, and actually my hand just kind of took off a little of the paint. Let me try to have that back on there. So I will let this dry, and I'm going to add a little bit of felt to the bottom, and then I will come back. The felt's just going to be a regular thin felt. You can get it at the Dollar Tree too. I will show you that as soon as I come back. Alright. Okay, so it's almost dry here, but it's dry enough for me to go ahead and continue. So I'm going to take some the Eileen's Tacky Glue and some felt. The felt came from the Dollar Tree. You can get a little package like this. It's the felt is a little bit thinner than most. It does come with a little, because you could see through the felt a little bit. I don't know if you could see it, but it is a little thinner than felt at other stores, but for projects where you're just needing to put something on the bottom, it's perfect. So we're going to take some Eileen's and flip it over here. Okay, put some on. And then spread it around so it lays, because we don't want any bubbles. And to cover try to cover as much of the bottom as possible. Okay. And then flip it over here, and I cut off a piece of that felt, so we're just going to let that stick through, and And then we're going to cut off the excess. Let me run that finger off here. There we go. All right, and then just cut off the excess. If there's a little bit showing, it's not gonna matter, but try to get, try to get as close to that cone as possible without cutting the cone, because I did just snip a little piece of the cone off by mistake. Let's put that back over here. So, but hopefully I can cover that and it won't be a big deal. Alright, there we go. So bottom gives us a good base to work with. Put that away. So the next thing I have here is this are these glitter hearts. All of this came together in a package from the Dollar Tree. They're double-sided glitter, and you get the pink and the red and 2 sizes of each in the bag. So I'm going to start with the bigger hearts, and let me see, we're going to need to about there. Alright, and then we're just going to go around kind of with the glue, and I'm going to stick on a heart, and I am going to alternate with a partial, which I'm going to partially overlap. Here, let me put that one on there. So I'm going to partially overlap. And you could see, like, there are pieces at the bottom where it will show up. So we're going to alternate. Let me get another stick here. Almost around. Got a little bit more here. Make sure, and we are putting them the hearts on upside down. I'm sorry, my hands kind of get in the way when I'm crafting, and that's not very helpful. So we are doing the heart upside down, and we're just overlapping them. Here's the last one for this row. Alright, so this is that row. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do another row of the larger hearts, and when I overlap this row, I'm going to, wow, I just noticed that. That did not, I got 2 of those right next to each other. Oh, I guess that's going to be the back. Can't make it perfect every time. Okay, so you're going to overlap again, and you're going to go in between. So you're going in between. And when I say in between, like in between the first, in between that bottom row, so you got like the V here, that's what I'm going in between. Oh, for some reason it didn't. There we go. Didn't stick very well. Now you could pin these on as opposed to gluing them, but I did kind of sample that a little bit to see if it was going to work, and I found that the pins just kind of pulled out a little bit too easy. And I didn't like the look of the pin in there. Alright, so there's our second row. Alright, so I'm going to continue up the tree here with the smaller hearts. So from this point forward is going to be the smaller hearts. So I'm going to continue doing that, and then I'll be back and show you what's next. Okay. Alright. So right into a problem. I'm out. One package does not cover a tree. So if you're doing this, I would grab 2 of the packages of the hearts. So I went through my stuff and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? So I'm not going to run out and I'm not going to buy another package because, yeah, I'm just not going to do that. But I had something in mind for the toppers, so we're going to just do a little something different here. So let me grab a brush and I'm adding some glitter here to some of the Eileen's tacky glue. And we're just going to mix that in until it's pretty well glittered. So I want a heavy amount of glitter to this glue. Okay, alright, so, and then we're just going to brush the glitter on here. Just trying to add a little glitter to the top for how I'm going to finish this out. Just so it sparkles along with the rest of it a little bit. And alright. I'm also going to, where's my glitter? Sprinkle more of it here as we go. And there. More glitter. More glitter. Did not put enough glue on the plate here, so let me fix this here. And the reason I'm brushing on is I want to make sure that it comes out a little smooth. Okay. And mix it up. It's not as glittery, but that's okay. We're going to fix that here. This is getting a little fun, you know. Actually, I didn't like this mess up, but it is what it is. Let me finish getting this glue here on, and then I'll show you what we're going to do to fix the rest of the top of this tree here. And you can see it's kind of drying and turning. It's kind of all glittery. I'm just gonna smooth some of that out. I'm getting glitter everywhere. Yeah. Alright, so there we go. There's the top glittered. And I'm going to set that aside here. And then I pulled, because I was going to top this with a rose and some items coming out the top. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do that, then why don't I put some, to fix this error, we're going to glue in some, like, randomize some baby's breath in here. And that will, like, kind of like bring it hopefully all together here. So I'm going to do is clip off some of these bunches. And hot glue them on, hopefully, which I don't know if it's going to glue over this. Not really turning out the way I had. It's sliding a little bit because I didn't let the glitter part dry. Yeah. I don't know. I probably have totally messed up this project, and you guys may never ever actually see it. So if you see this, it's because actually in the end I was okay with it. So we will see here. Yeah, my concern is you're going to see how these globs are glued. Well, I don't know here, so I'm gonna try a little different method here for sticking these on. And like I say, if you see this video, it's because in the end this turned out not so bad. So I'm gonna pause the video here, and I'm going to play with these this baby's breath method, and see if I can get some more things stuck on here, and I'll come back and I'll show you where it's at. Alright, so here's the baby's breath. So we're going to add some leaves. So I've taken these off, and we're going to rip the plastic piece in the middle out. So we're just left with the leaf. And we are going to glue these down. And I got 2 of these, so here's our leaves. And then I want 1 more leaf, but I want it, so how that is, I want this leaf to go kind of in the middle there. So, I'll see here in a second. Let me just get this to kind of out a little bit here. Alright. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, alright, so there's our leaf. It's not looking so bad. Let's see what happens here in a second. Alright, so the rose is going to go on top, but I really don't want the rose with the plastic, so we're going to rip that off. And I might have to cut it off. Yeah, it's not budging. Hold on, let me grab my wire cutters for this. Alright. So there's that. And then here's the petals. There's a little plastic piece in here too, which helps to support the center. We're going to rip that out too. And then we're going to rip out, then we're left with another leaf, and then there's another plastic center. And we're going to rip that out too, if it will budge. No, it's not going to budge. Hold on. I'm going to need to cut it. I need to cut it because there's this piece here holding it in. So get the wire cutters right underneath that. There we go. Alright, so there we go. So here's all our leaves. Now these were the center leaves, so we definitely want to keep those as the center leaves. So we are going to glue these back into place. Were all our outer pieces. So we're going to glue these two back together. Just doing a little minor flower reconstruction. Okay. And for our center topper, I have one of these. This came from the Hobby Lobby. I want one of these off of here. And I'm not sure how long I want it yet, so we're going to clip that off. And this also came from Hobby Lobby, and I want just these sprays here. So, oops, I just knocked the tree over. So, we're going to grab that. Throw that up over there. Alright. And we are going to find a place in here to jam our heart in, and I'm not sure where yet. I'm just going to separate some of these a little bit. We're keeping this intact, so there's a little paper there. I want to keep that intact because I'm going to use that in the center to recreate the middle of the rose. There we go. Alright, now it's not quite in there. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's our topper now. So we're going to use this, and we are going to put that right around our flower. This was the middle part, the part of the bud, and we are going to glue this back on and press it back into our flower shape. Hold on 1 second here. Okay. So put the glue, get it centered, and you can see I'm just reshaping and pressing, and there you go. You have the middle of the rose again. And then we're going to do the same thing to the next section of our flower. We won't need to press it in as hard though. So I'm going to do that and just use our hand and gently press it in. Taking off some glue strings here. Our tree back over here, and actually want to add just a little bit more glue to kind of push these petals up a little bit here. They're kind of droopy. I don't want the flower to be droopy. Alright, we're just pressing them up gently. Good squeeze and fluff it out. Alright, so that's our rose. Looks pretty good. So we're gonna add that to the tree now, and I'm putting a good fair amount of glue. Another stick here. We want this sucker to hold, and I'm gonna have to hold it because it's gonna be weighted pretty heavy with the centerpiece at the top. So, alright. And I'm going to hold it until it dries. And then after it dries here, then the next thing that I'm going to do is we're going to kind of pull some of these down a little bit. So we got to wait for it to dry. At least I'm not sure. Actually, maybe they won't bend down. Well, we're going to get them to bend down. We don't want all of them bent down, but we want some of them. Yeah, I'm trying to still press it. It's still, it's not setting. There we go. All right. Back it up. Or hold on, maybe tilt it a little bit. There you go. You can see it now. All right. So now let's see if we can bend some of these down here. Ooh. Maybe tuck them in. Yes, actually, yeah. Oh, hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna tuck that in. I'm trying to pull another one down. Jam that in too. See what I'm doing? I'm creating a little heart. And we're going to do one in the other direction too. Okay. On that way. And bring down another one. Tuck that in. So you can see we got like this little heart thing going on now. I don't like how this is tilting. Let me see here. If I can add a little bit of glue in here to help stabilize it and pull it back a little bit. Much better. Okay. So just gonna pull. I think I like that as is. And we're going to add a little bit more. Of course, it's always more. Alright, so more. I have some pearls. These are $1.50. They come from Michael's. Has these. So far, so most of this came from the Dollar Tree, except for the top. Right. These are self-adhesive pearls. So we're just going to randomly just kind of press them on. And I think what I'm going to do is stick with like the smaller ones at first. And then we'll see if where we're gonna place like the bigger ones. Get some on the pinks too. Right. going here. Alright, I'm done with all the small ones, so there's 2 other sizes on here. And honestly, I think I like it as is. Oh, maybe we should put some bigger ones on there. There's a couple of bare spots on these. So let's go with the next. Let's go with the bigger ones. Oh, actually, that does look good. Okay, so there we go. I'm not going to put the super big ones on. There's a few more medium-sized ones here. Let's go ahead and put those on. Okay, so there we go. There's our craft. I'm going to tilt it off to the side here so you guys can see it. I think it's really cute. I guess you guys will see this video. I messed up a lot at the top here, but kind of turned out okay. So I'm going to clean it up, get a photo of it, and yeah, here we go.